We are live in Banjo, broadcasting for viewers in the Gambia and around the world. This is the news at 2000 hours with me, Janke Ture. Coming up in the headlines. The Gambia's Traffic Safety Index hits a dangerous trend, increasing risks to commuters and traffic officers. Unearthing illicit transactions, the network of financial and tax reporters convened a day's seminar on anti-money laundering and terrorist financing. Plus, the people of Ba Njamba Jasong in the Lower River region launches a self-help community lighting project using solar energy. In the internationals, the World Health Organization Regional Office for Africa reveals that COVID-19 vaccine procured under the COVAX facility will be rolling out soon. This and much more coming ahead in the news with me, Janke Ture. Welcome to GRTS News. We begin this edition of the news with road traffic incidents because the Gambia's Traffic Safety Index is hitting a dangerous trend, increasing risks to commuters and traffic officers. According to Samuel Ba, a young traffic officer, Jara Dem, experienced a sudden assault at a checkpoint weeks after a taxi driver broke the leg of a traffic officer while trying to illegally escape police checkpoint. Details in this report.
Meet 32-year-old Jara native Kumba Dem, a traffic police officer stationed at the Jara Soma police station. The mother of three travels daily from her native home of Sitahuma. Kumba, like many other traffic police officers, encounters numerous assaulted by a in her line of duty amid limited resources, daily domestic drudgery, and even verbal assaults. On Friday, 12 February 2021, around Jara Kataba, Officer Kumba was verbally assaulted by a commercial vehicle who was later identified as a Senegalese driver.
I was there checking as a traffic officer. I asked him to give me his particulars. He gave me laissez-passer, what they call laissez-passer. I told the man, this is not the document I'm requesting from you. The man told me, is this what I have? He alighted from the vehicle, shouting on, saying all sorts of words on me. Fortunately, you guys were here and you meet the scene. So hadn't been you are not here, this man, I can say he can even assault me. We are facing difficulties in this traffic. If you can help us, the way drivers are treating us on the highway is very abnormal. Because we are here to serve the nation, we deserve respect.
Kumba explained how the commercial driver broke into a violent fit of rage, almost attacking her when she asked him to show his papers at the checkpoint.
This Senegalese driver wanted to assault me in the front of the people. I experienced many. We are facing a lot of problems in these provinces, like the way the drivers are behaving on us. Let the government help the police officer, both the securities.
Kumba then requested for the driver's particulars and further questioned him on the rule violation he had just committed. Eyewitnesses comprising top officials of the transport union, including myself and cameraman, had just arrived at the scene watching the driver in heated argument with the traffic police officer, verbally assaulting her with a slew of invectives.
Police officer stopped him. The apprentice came out from vehicle. Sister, I'm in break. That is the first word. I'm just standing. Sister, I'm in break. Police, I'm in break. If you don't have a brake, how can you drive a vehicle? That vehicle is not roadworthy. So the police officer, go to the driver. Can I see your documents? He come out with this laissez-passer or pass-avant. They call it as a pass-avant. He said, not this. I'm not asking for this. I'm asking for your driver license and your insurance. The driver came out from the vehicle, lied down, started shouting, assault, because found what it is, assault. Assaulting the human, say everything, but he don't know where our purpose. We are just sitting, standing, or watching whatever. After he went further, we intervene.
I commend her very well. Mamoudou Job need this kind of ladies on our road. These people, they are here to protect life and properties. They are not a harm or a threat to the nation. She is serving her nation. That's what she is obligated to do, and that's what she was doing yesterday. But the situation is unfortunate. It shouldn't be like that. What we expect from Senegalese drivers, we are sister country. Gambia in Senegal, that's a norms and culture. People were saying we are the same. That word is not today. But I think that the sameness, it have to be implemented.
After eyewitnesses intervened, the traffic police eventually got hold of the driver's papers. He was asked to follow Officer Dem to the Jara Soma police station, where he may be questioned for verbal assault or traffic rule violation.
Yeah, a Gambian driver, we are not going to accept the special non-Gambian. The vehicle is on a road because the driver doesn't have any brake. The police want to, check your documents, you refuse. I'm the one who forced him to give me take the driver license for me or insurance. So if Gambian drivers do it in Senegal, that's the end of it.
This incident comes barely few days after transport union officials embarked on a countrywide tour to dialogue with their members on how to improve road transportation and minimize traffic rule breaking incidents and accidents. Elsewhere in Farafenye, another taxi driver reportedly trying to evade arrest for violating traffic regulations thrashed a traffic police officer and broke his right leg. The suspect, who subsequently escaped, was later identified as a Senegalese commercial taxi driver.
Yeah, that day we are in that checkpoint. This Senegalese vehicle came and my couple was intercepting. So he was trying to take it inside the vehicle. So the driver was refused. I was sitting inside our vehicle, police vehicle. I was sitting there. He came to me, tell me that, sir. I said yes. He said, this Senegalese vehicle, I want to check inside the vehicle. He refused.
Police have opened a case at the Farafenye police station. The spike in traffic rule violation is challenging police officers watching the country's roads.
The Network of Financial and Tax Reporters over the weekend convened a day seminar for its members on anti-money laundering and terrorist financing. The forum held in Bijilo provided media practitioners the opportunity to exchange knowledge and ideas on effective and reliable ways to investigate and report activities on illicit financing, which disrupts the country's development efforts. Usman Mani reports.
The network is committed to building the capacity of journalists in reporting issues relating to public fund management since their establishment. This forum is meant to abreast journalists in one of the most illegal and dangerous activities in world economies, thus money laundering and terrorism financing. Majority of money launderers use conduct transactions. In his speech at the event, the President Network of Financial and Tax Reporters, Abdoulaye Nyoke, noted the aims of the network, including creating public awareness on the country's financial and taxation systems, while highlighting the role of journalists in mitigating money laundering and illicit cash flows in the country.
Today's forum aims at bringing journalists together and discuss various areas of concern, such as the needs, 1, to investigate money laundering and terrorist financing, 2, effect on economic development and international standards, 3, combating the financing of terrorism. One of the objectives of the NFT Gambia chapter is to ensure that journalists are well equipped with the requisite skills and knowledge to report on financial matters, tax administration and taxation laws in order to create awareness on the relevance, authority, the importance of taxpayers getting value for their money.
He further resolves the organization readiness to create more platforms for media practitioners to improve capacities as well as network among themselves to improve service delivery, manifesting the proceeds of criminals, describing them as legal, as money launderers transact illegal funds, as well as financing terrorism through financial institutions. The Administration and Finance Manager, Gambia Bankers Association, Omar Diouf, highlighted the efforts undertaken by financial institutions to mitigate these activities.
To the FIU Gambia for the good job they have been doing with our compliance officer trying to eat us. So I would just call on the journalists to still create more awareness to the general public. Because for us to defeat this, we need to create more awareness.
Journalist Mohammed Esba urged his colleagues to venture into investigative journalism.
You know, we can learn as journalists and then, you know, investigate and see probably those that should be accountable to the people are not found wanting to be launderers, are not found wanting to receiving monies from anonymous donors, because we don't know some of the activities those people are doing which can be detrimental to the country.
An advisor to the network, Suma W. Jadama, also commended the Gambia Bankers Association for their collaboration since the inception of the network. In his presentations, Mr. Jadama highlighted some of the dangers of money laundering and related activities.
They don't have badges. They don't have identification cards. So sometimes, unknowingly, they are usually within our midst. They are aware. They are informed. They are everywhere. Sometimes some of them will register NGOs, charitable organizations, the purpose of which will never be surfaced and will never be understood by ordinary person.
The session is among many knowledge-sharing platforms for journalists to abreast themselves on development issues surrounding the population. Usman Mane, GRTS.
The people of Ba Njamba Jasong in the Lower River region has launched a self-help community lighting project using solar energy. The project, called Jasong Solar Lights, as Alajimbai reports, is funded and implemented by the Ba Njamba Development Association in partnership with Jasong Diaspora Association.
Solar energy street lights provide a sustainable, economical, environmentally friendly and convenient investment. This advantage, coupled with the need to improve safety and advance development in Jasong village, prompted the Village Development Association and their counterparts in the diaspora to launch the Solar Street Lights project, which aims to brighten the streets of the village. The project, estimated at over $500,000, is funded by natives of Jasong in the Gambia and the diaspora and has installed dozens of solar street lights in the community. The move, according to Lamin Jase of the Jasong Diaspora Association, will help address a range of issues including environmental crisis and road accidents.
Most of us are living in the combos. Some of our guys are living in the diaspora. They are living in better houses and they on uninterrupted electricity. We felt that our people who are living here also deserve something like that. They deserve to at least have some of the basic needs of life, what it is, clean drinking water, they need to have good health facility, good education, but also they need to, be safety, because light is all about that, safety not only in the houses, but also on the street. It is a security for itself, and these lights are like that, they will come on automatically, when it gets dark, and then, will go off, and it's solar, so it's sustainable.
These lights offer high efficiency and luminous lights with a smart control system expected to facelift the settlement, something that impressed community members. The representative of the Alcalo of Jasong, Sidi Kanyi, called for continuous peace and unity, saying it's the foundation of development.
The advice I will give to the community is to continue to unite, because if you see any community that has been developed, is because of unity. If there is no unity, there will be no development. Because unity is very key and is very powerful in any development of a country, of a district, or of a village. So, and also the advice I will give to the beneficiary is to make the best use of this solar project, because the people who sacrifice their resources, those who intend for them to use, so they should use it purposely, so that it can serve them.
Despite numerous development activities carried out by the two associations in Jasong village, a lot remains, according to the representative of Banjamba Association, Patakani.
We started with school, but we have borehole. Now we are in the street line. We are thinking of more and more. We are also thinking of encouraging youth to stay in the village, and one of that we can do is to come up with a youth-friendly project. So we are calling on the government to help us build our agricultural station. We know it is in their pipeline, but we are just encouraging them to come up with it. And if you look at also village garden also, our women are very hardworking. They depend on their garden in the dry season, but you go to the garden, it's also a community initiative. It's the youth of this village who wake up to go to the garden, then we use these sticks and local material to fence our garden.
Several other community leaders, including the chairman of the Village Development Committee, Fakeba Fadia, and Imam Arfang Sana Kinte, all thanked the two associations for the initiative while assuring proper management and sustainability of the project. An essential advantage of installing any street lights is safety. Thus, using them is an important and cost-effective investment that reduces a range of risk while offering more sustainable source of energy. In addition to this project and many others, such as a community-initiated school, the two associations are now set on youth-friendly initiatives to minimize rural-urban migration by the village youth. Alajimbai, GRTS News.
We now head to the Central River region because Kuntaur Area Council has handed over motorbicycles to its tax collectors across the Central River region north in a bid to enhance mobility in collecting tax. Modulamin Sane has the rest of that story.
This is part of efforts to supplement tax collection in the Central River region through enhanced mobility for tax and revenue officials, moving to provide motorbicycles to all tax collectors in the north of CRR.
You see the movement of our collectors to one center to another. First time that the council is buying 5 motorbikes at a time. It has never happened.
The Kuntaur Area Council is looking to boost its revenue base by facilitating movement during tax collection and other official works. Transport challenges and in access to hard-to-reach areas is costing the council more revenue as collectors struggle to reach taxpayers.
We have about 10 wards and every collector is overseeing 2 wards and every ward comprises more than 20 villages. So if every collector is covering 40 villages, it's very difficult for that collector to move to every village on foot. And if that happens, there will be challenge in him facilitating the registration and the collection. And when that also happens, the council also will see the constraint. And that one also happen, the community or the LG or the people also will feel the constraint because they will not see any project implemented. So all these compiled together warranted us to go in for this, just to be able to get more and plow back more to our communities.
Kuntaur Area Council attaches significance to the strengthening of this unit under the council's financial department, which is key to earning revenue for the area council.
As far as Kuntaur Area Council, we are doing our utmost best despite the limited challenges we do face in terms of resources. But to make sure that we improve our collection mechanism, we also need to improve on facilitating the movement of our collectors to make sure that every corner of this LGA is reached and is reached at a convenient level and speed.
Effective tax collection is a crucial factor for a healthy revenue base to boost regional services and support sustainability.
Giving this bike to us is a tax that is attached to us. The tax should be bestowed on us, should be delivered as expected. Let us ensure that the bikes are taken into proper caring and utilize the bikes as well for its purposes. Because we all know that the council is faced with challenges that is revenue focus. So the purpose of buying this bike is to ensure that council gains more revenue.
It is a fruitful moment for the council members, delivering 5 motorbicycles to essential tax collectors dealing directly with the public. Modulamin Sane reporting for GRTS News from the Central River region.
We will take a break. When we return, we will look at news from outside the Gambia. Stay tuned. In the internationals, the World Health Organization Regional Office for Africa has revealed that COVID-19 vaccine procured under the COVAX facility will be rolling out soon. COVAX is yet to distribute a single dose since 13th February as they mount to begin the rollout. COVAX is a joint effort managed by WHO. 92 countries are eligible for support from COVAX as many cannot afford the vaccine on their own. Details in this CGTN report.
As of 3rd February, the COVAX facility has announced its allocation for the first phase of vaccine delivery to countries globally. For African countries, COVAX is expecting to deliver around 90 million doses. This will cover around 45 million people, or that translates to 3% of Africa's population, prioritizing the high-risk population, including health workers and essential staff in the countries. Okay, important to note that the COVAX is on track for delivery. This is just start of a very rapid rollout of vaccines through the COVAX facility in 2021, with supply and availability of vaccines expected to increase during the remainder of the year. So COVAX expects to deliver 600 million doses to countries in the African region by end of 2021. Already in the first wave allocation, Pfizer vaccine by end February, first wave countries in Africa, around 320 doses have been already allocated. These are Cabo Verde, Rwanda, South Africa, and Tunisia. In addition, AstraZeneca vaccine allocation is subject to the emergency use listing. Around 88 million doses of AstraZeneca are also allocated to 37 African countries. So this is where we stand as of 3rd February. Over. Unfortunately, we don't know the exact delivery dates. This is subject to local regulatory approval in the countries and also their readiness, logistics, and capacity for in-country distribution. We're also waiting for the emergency use listing for the AstraZeneca, like I have mentioned before. It's expected by mid-February, hopefully this coming week. And for delivery of both the Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccines, all countries must pass the pre-readiness checks, submit completed national deployment vaccination plans, and sign indemnification and liability clauses. African countries have been preparing for months, encouraging preparation. This normally takes several months, but must be done in 2 weeks for the regulations of each country to approve for the COVID vaccine utilization in their countries.
Elsewhere in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where at least 11 people have been killed in a rebel attack in 2 military camps in the southeastern city of Lubumbashi. 4 Congolese soldiers and 1 civilian were among the deaths. Soldiers from the Presidential Guard managed to repel the onslaught by rebels. CGTN has more.
Well, Penina, like you mentioned earlier, this attack happened in the DRC's second largest city of Lubumbashi. A number of rebels attacked 2 military camps. The mayor of Lubumbashi says their intention was to steal weapons in the armory there, but they were repulsed by the Congolese government troops who were supported by a member known as the Republican Guard. And a number of them, 6 of them were killed by the Congolese troops. 4 soldiers and 1 civilian were also killed in the attack. Now, what we know about the Bakata Katanga, which is a Swahili word for cut, means cut Katanga, is it's a militia group that has been advocating for the secession of Katanga from Katanga region from the rest of the DRC. This is a region that's very rich in minerals. It has a lot of copper, cobalt, uranium, and diamonds, and there are very many foreign companies that are extracting these minerals in that area. So the people from this militia group have been saying for a very long time that they have been marginalized for a very long time by the central government. They're saying they're not benefiting from the mineral wealth in their area, and so they believe they can do much better in managing the wealth of their area. But the DRC constitution states that all the mineral wealth found in the territory of this country belongs to the government, which will be in charge of distributing it around the country. And so the government will have none of that. And so We're still, the authorities have deployed very heavily right now. There's a very heavy military presence in Lubumbashi. They're patrolling the streets to ensure that there are no other rebels who are hiding in the community. The army says they have now taken control of the area and calm has been restored.
A quick look at our top stories before we take leave of you. The Gambia's Traffic Safety Index has hit a dangerous trend, increasing risks to commuters and traffic officers. Unearthing illicit transactions, the network of financial and tax reporters have convened a day seminar on anti-money laundering and terrorist financing. Plus, the people of Ba Njamba Jasong in the Lower River region has launched a self-help community lighting project using solar energy. In the internationals, the World Health Organization Regional Office for Africa has revealed that COVID-19 vaccine procured under the COVAX facility will be rolling out soon. That was all in this edition of GRTS News. Thanks for the pleasure of your company.
You give me good love, that's why me there by your side. Hold you tight, squeeze you right. If you more love through the whole night. Me want hold you tight, squeeze you right. If you more love through the whole night. This is love, true love, my Valentine. This is love, true love, since a long time. This is love, this is love.
I'll give you anytime you want me to. If you want love, I'll give you anytime you want me.